Hello, good evening everyone. Today I'm going to address my speech to teacher's assistant. I would like to help you or give you this brief training in order to help you succeed in your teaching journey or your job. During all my years of teaching, I've noticed that teacher's assistant, of course not all of them, lack of experience and lack of knowledge, and they don't feel so happy in their job. So the speech is for teacher assistant. Teacher assistant. This is a brief training or small training or something like that. So what I have noticed, number one, do not sit at 7 a.m. Do not sit at 7 a.m. I have noticed that teacher assistant, when they come in the class, they go and pick up a very small chair like this, I think like this, and they go back at the class, then they sit down between the aisles, okay? I have aisles here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and they pick up the chair and they sit down at the back between the aisles. So students can't see them at all. Because why? Because I don't see her or him in the class. Of course, students don't see them at all. Students don't realize that we have a teacher assistant in the class. So they don't care at all. They don't want to study at all. Why? Because no teacher assistant here. And even they underestimate you. They disrespect you as a teacher assistant. They disrespect you. Why? Because students are so smart. You know that? Students are so smart. They know that you don't like your job, you don't like your teaching, you don't like coming to the class, so they disrespect you. They are unhappy working with you. So of course they make noise. It's automatically just a reflection. It's a reflection of your actions, let's say. They don't respect you and they don't collaborate with you because why? Because you give them impression that you don't like your job and you don't like your students and you are not happy in the class. So absolutely they give you what you give them. You give them love, they give you love. You give them interest, they give you interest. You give them money, they give you money, huh? What you give them comes back to you. So this is the law of reflection. We have a law of reflection in the world. So what comes from you, what goes from you comes to you. Okay, so be reminded this, please. So this is the first. And we are at 7 a.m. I have noticed that we start the class at 7 a.m., 7:15. 7:15 you have to be in your job. Is it motivated, happy, so many good emotions, and you come to the class to give something. It's just 7 a.m. Why you are so tired? Why you just come in the class and pick up the chair and sit down? No, don't do that. It's just 7 a.m. If it's 4 p.m. it's okay. okay, acceptable. It's okay. But 7 a.m. is not acceptable to sit down, just sit down. Why you are coming? Ask yourself, why am I here? Why am I in the class? Why am I doing this job? If it's just for money, just go and find another job. Lots of millions of jobs around there waiting for you. Teaching is not like that. Teaching is not for money. Teaching is not for money. It's the whole system, the whole country, the whole future is based on teaching. Is based on education. So please, if you are just coming in the class just for money, please just go and find another job, because it's not good for you. It's not good for you to be in a wrong position, in a wrong place at the wrong time. Just go and find another job. Second thing is that TAs, what's that with this computer? Okay, TAs, I've noticed that TAs come at the desk, my desk, then they sit down. They sit down at my desk. Why? I don't know why. But the very bad thing is that my phone is there. I'm recording with my phone. You're okay. The bad thing is that they come to my desk, they sit down at my desk, and they pick up the phone. Like this. Like this. My desk, and chatting. What are you doing, mate? Wow, why you are doing this? Why? Students are looking at you. You disrespect yourself first. You disrespect yourself. You don't respect yourself first. Then you don't respect the teacher. Then you disrespect students. Then you disrespect the whole system. You're coming to my desk and chatting like this. At least hide. At least hide, okay, if you have a message. At least hide. But don't do that in front of the teacher, in front of students, and chatting. You're chatting for 1 minute? No. You're chatting the whole class. This is first class, second class, the third class. If you are chatting for 1 minute, is okay. I may say that it's something urgent, okay. But you're chatting for one session, one class, second class, third class, first class. That's not acceptable. It's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. It's unacceptable to come to my desk and sit down on my desk. What am I supposed to do when I have listening? I should play my recording and play my audio and look at my laptop. Where am I supposed to go? If you are just smart enough, just a little bit, you may think, it's not good to come to my desk and sit down. Where am I supposed to go? Where? And they have my laptop, and they have my audio I should play, and they have my books I should read, exercises too. So where should I go? As a teacher, where should I go? And another TA, she picks up the small chair, and she comes to my, she came, since it was in the past. She came to my desk and hide under the desk, even they couldn't see her. So number one, please don't come and sit down. Don't come and sit down, and don't come to my chair, to my desk, please. Don't come to my desk. You disrespect yourself, and student disrespect you. So who is the victim? The teacher, because the teacher should supposed to deliver a good speech or a good lesson, but without any help from you, of course, the teacher will seem obviously or absolutely bad, because no control over the class. No one is gonna help. No one is helping. One is chatting. One is at the back of the class. One is picking up the chair and hiding under the desk. Oh my God, what is this? smart. And ask your company to provide a training for you. Go to YouTube and ask YouTube. Go to Google and ask Google. Or ask your company to provide a training. Or come to the teacher and ask him, please, I want to learn from you. Please help me. Okay, number 2. Don't sit down. Number 2. Do not shout. Do not shout. You know, during like let's say from before 2010, before 2010, I started giving private classes. Before 2010, I have started giving classes, private classes, teaching maths, teaching physics, because I have studied physics at university. I give maths, I give physics, and French and English. Okay? 4 subjects. I have taught 4 subjects. I've never studied in educational psychology or in teaching methodologies that shouting is a type of education, is a type of classroom management. I've never studied that at all. Shouting is not a type of classroom management. When you shout, you give impression to students that you lost control over the class. Means you have no control over the class. Means you lost your momentum. Means you lost the class. So they don't respect you. They don't respect you when you shout. Means you have only this way of classroom management. Shouting. Students are like working together, blah blah blah, and you Emran. Now, some students are so scared because of you. So scared that when you shout, that's all. It's finished. Your class management is finished. So please don't shout. It's not a way of education. It's not a way of classroom management. Their parents already shouted at them. Their parents. You have to bear in mind this. Students' parents already shouted at them many times. And they have noticed that Vietnamese students, many, not all, just many, according to my experience in the class, lack of confidence. So many students lack of confidence. Why? Because of shouting. So when you go to Google or you go to YouTube and ask Google or ask YouTube, what are the worst ways of educating a child or teaching a child, you will find that shouting and slapping, hitting and shouting. Shouting you kill. When you shout at the child, you kill his self-esteem. We call it self-esteem or self-image. You kill self-image and you kill self-esteem. Then you kill confidence. His confidence, because you killed his self-esteem. The way he thinks, the way he sees or she sees himself or herself, you killed it. So please don't shout. What you should do when a child is noisy, go approach him and approach her. Go approach him and approach her and tap on his shoulders or her shoulders. Tap and go and talk to him or her privately. Tap, hey, means you address the speech to him or to her directly. But when you shout, Amlan, no one cares. I've noticed that no one cares of you shouting at all. Go and approach him and approach her. Then you ask him or you ask her to be quiet and you give him steps. Step number 1, I will forgive you this time because the teacher is talking. You have to learn that you have to listen. When the teacher is talking, we have to listen. When we are talking, the teacher is going to listen to you. So we listen to each other and we learn from each other. When the teacher is talking, you absolutely shouldn't talk. This is respect, this is the rules. These are the rules in the class. So go and tell him or tell her, this is the first time. I'm gonna forgive you, okay? Second time, call him or call her. Come, I told you not to blah 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 when the teacher is talking. Because the teacher is going to give you break time. Don't worry. The teacher is going to give you break time. We're going to go to have group work, big work and stuff. So don't worry if you have something very important. You're going to tell your classmate about it later on. But for now, if you keep talking, I'm going to blah 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 blah, because you speak the same language with him or with her, the same language to him or to her. So I may send you to the principal, I may tell your teacher, I may blah 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 blah. You have to find your way to punish or to reward the student. Number 3, let's say don't sit down, don't shout. Okay, let's say help with translation. Translation. Okay, help with translation. Please, you have to bear in mind that you are here to help. And we are here to help each other. So the first, don't assume that students are perfect. Don't assume that students are so good at English. We know that they are not good at English. So our job is to make it easy for them to understand the lesson. This is the objective or the target, is to make the lesson easy for them. If we are so good like teachers and we have PhD, we couldn't teach children if we don't have the best or an easy way to make the lesson easy for them. Even you have a PhD. So our job is to make the lesson easy for them and understandable. Easy to understand, okay? So please don't assume that they are good, but help them with translation. But don't wait for the teacher to tell you to translate. Please, don't wait for the teacher. You know exactly your role. Your role is to translate. So when the teacher is quiet, so you have to translate at this time. Translate when the teacher is silent. Of course, the teacher is gonna give you break time or silent time, let's say. Then you have to translate at that time. Translate over time. Don't wait for me. Don't wait for the teacher or don't wait for the class to ask you, please, I don't understand. And according to my experience, students never ask. Never ask. Students never ask about something or ask about translation or ask the teacher assistant to translate. Never happened in my classes. Never. Because why? Because they lack confidence and they lack knowledge. Then they are distracted by other students. So 1% can ask. 1%. So please don't assume that students are perfect and students understand everything, and don't ask them, do you understand? Because they don't understand. So our job is to translate to them maximum. Okay, first time, one time. First time, only one time, not all the time translate. No, they are in an English class. So only translate the word once. Okay? Translate the word once. And they have to use English as much as possible. like let's say sit down, okay? The word sit down. So you have to translate the word sit down if they don't understand, if no one in the class understands. So you have to translate once. Then they have to use the language in the class. Not to translate all the time in Vietnamese, 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 Vietnamese. No. When they go to their Vietnamese class, they can talk in Vietnamese. But in English, they have to get exposed to English as much as possible, okay? As much as possible. So please translate without waiting for the teacher to tell you that. Number 4, help with exercises, okay? Help with exercises. Of course, students need exercises to master the skill, let's say, or the grammar, let's say, or the sentence structure, or something like that, speaking, pronunciation, or something like that. A skill, okay? Let's call it a skill. So they need to practice. We need to help them. Don't sit down, okay? Don't sit down the whole class. It's really annoying when I see a teacher assistant in the class sitting down and letting the teacher suffering alone. No one is engaging with the teacher, and class is noisy, and they don't. Why? Because they don't understand. Why they don't understand? Because the teacher assistant is sitting down at 7 a.m. Why? Because she doesn't care. Why? Because she's coming here just for fun or something like that. Then she doesn't translate. Then she doesn't help asking students or answering students. So of course, they are going to make noise. Of course, because they don't see this class interesting. They don't see help. They see themselves. They see themselves like how we call it? How we say it? And useless. Okay? They see themselves useless. They couldn't do anything. Why? Because they don't understand. They don't know what's going on here in the class. Because of what? Because of teacher assistant doesn't do her job. The teacher is talking, blah 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 blah. The teacher is teaching, blah blah blah. The teacher is giving lessons. The teacher, but students couldn't understand him. She doesn't, or he doesn't translate to them. He doesn't, or she doesn't help with exercises. So please, when the teacher is here, go to the other class, other aisles. Okay, go to the other aisles. And the teacher are here. The teacher is here. The teacher is caring about these aisles, like 2 aisles, and you have 2 aisles. Go and assist them. Why are you waiting for the teacher to tell you? You know your job. Why you are coming here? Why you are coming here? Why the teacher? No one tells him to do his job because he knows his job. So why you are coming here? You have to know your job. You have to know your tasks. You have to know what to do. When we have exercises, don't wait for me to tell you. Don't wait for the teacher to tell you what to do. Go and assist other students, okay? Go and assist one by one. What do you think? Blah blah blah. What's your question? What you don't understand? Blah blah. Ask and get answers and support. And me, the teacher, is here, also doing the same. I'm asking students. I'm supporting students with words, vocabulary, pronunciation. Please, let's make them feel useful, okay? Capable, okay? Let's push them to feel confident, okay? Let's push them to feel that they are useful and they can produce the language and they can understand the language and they can speak English. But if we don't do these, we're going to push them to feel useless and capable to understand, handicapped mentally. We shouldn't do that, please, okay? 5, help with class management, okay? management. Help with class management. As I told you, you have to know yourself. You have to know why you are coming here. If you just want money, go and find another job. Super easy. Let me sip a cup of coffee. Let me get a sip, okay? Class management, please. You should come on time. You should come on time. Don't come 5-10 minutes late. The teacher is already has started the class. And it's in a mess, you know, the class is messy. So what's your job here? Please come at least on time. Don't come 5 minutes earlier. No, just five, but just on time. But your job is to come earlier, then observe the class, see what's going on there, and tell students to sit down, to calm down, and again repeat the rules to them. When you are in the class, finish talking, prepare yourself to learn. Okay, you have to tell them that, and you have to tell them over and over again about the rules. Rule number 1: when you are in the class, be quiet, get prepared. Okay, get prepared. Finish talking with your friends. Number 2, and tell them about the rules. Okay, but you have to come on time. And all the things we said. Number 6, let me see. Help with translation, help with exercises, help with the classroom management. I think that's all. That's all. But I still remember that I have 3 don'ts. 3 don't. Don't sit down, don't shout. But it's okay. It's enough. I think now it's almost 20 minutes. That's enough. Thank you so much. See you next time. Goodbye.